All right, man. Let's talk about Brian Norman Jr. reacts to Jaron Boots moving up. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. So he basically gave his opinion on what happened with Eddie Hearn, and he said that Eddie Hearn said that they had to sign the contract before the Jen Psaki fight, or it wasn't gonna be no fight. And he said he felt like that was kind of funny. They wanted them to sign the contract before the Jen Psaki fight, and then all of a sudden they move up and say they couldn't make the weight no more. So, but he wished them the best of luck. He wished them the best of luck, and he said he'd eventually be up at 154 pounds, and he gonna make some noise up there. So he don't look at it as a missed opportunity. I think he looks at it as, hey, let's just marinate it some more, and we can get to it. So, yeah, I do find it funny. He was saying not too long ago he can make the weight easy, and that changes as your body matures, especially as you start to creep up on 30. I always say this: your body start breaking down breaking down food a lot differently. You got to understand as you get into your 30s, you used to eat that chili cheese fry, that pizza, you know what I'm saying, that pizza, and you used to be able to go about your day. Now your stomach started to hurt, and that's the body. Your body starts to go through changes. And, like I said, most of the best, strongest power lifters are mid-30s to early 40s. And that's because your bone density, when they kind of speak on being grown man strength, your bones become more dense. Naturally, lifting weight or not lifting weights, you start to get that man strength. You start to get more, your bones get more dense as you get into your 30s. You start to really, start to mature. That's why you see the strongest power lifters. They kind of, not bodybuilders, but power lifters is a difference. Power lifters, they lift for strength. Bodybuilders, they lift for symmetrics. You know what I'm saying? They had a perfect V symmetry. So, yeah, definitely you can feel good making weight one camp, and then all of a sudden, the body changes. It's not necessarily what your diet is. It's just your body it's maturing. He's starting to get into his grown man strength. He started to probably get into his physical prime as a prize fighter. So yeah. So that's why I urge people to learn about the anatomy. A lot of people don't even know that they don't even know nothing about the black anatomy. I think the first type of encyclopedia book about the black anatomy, I don't even think it's 10 years old yet. It's, excuse me if I'm a little ignorant, but I don't even think it's 10 years old yet. So it's no surprise that when you look at black people, they naturally have diabetes and high blood pressure and hypertension and all that. It's a reason for that, because they don't know nothing about the black body. You got to think about that for a minute. A lot of them used to come to Africa to learn how to wash their ass and all that type of shit, and go to the colleges and learn that. So think about that. They took their own principles and applied it to, melanated people. Of course you're going to get sick. Of course. And all that medicine ain't filled but nothing with poison. But like I said about Brian Norman Jr., I feel him. You know what I'm saying? Can't miss what you can't have. But then, Eddie was being funny with the money. They paid Steonis more money than they paid him. And really, obviously, Steonis had more of a buzz than him because he had been a prize fighter. It's not a enormous buzz. He fought on the Canelo card, I believe. He fought old buddy Thomas Delorme, which I thought he lost that fight. But in reality, the Norman fight, it was a bigger fight. People on the internet was bigging it up. His dad was bigging it up. And they wanted him to come to Philly. And I'm not sending my son to Philadelphia or anywhere near there. We're a world champion, he a world champion. Boots ain't somebody that you accommodate for like a Canelo Alvarez, or, you might be willing to go into somebody's backyard like Errol Spence, who can sell some type of tickets and have some type of buzz. So no, I don't know why they trying to make it seem like, but maybe Eddie was like, this is where I know the fight can make money at. So he like, hey, Brian Norman, you ain't that guy neither. You ain't him neither. So, I want to put it where we know we gonna sell at, because it's a risk when you try to sell out a market. They lack promotion. They lack how to promote. You promote to the kids. You promote the foundation because the foundation is going to bring everybody with them. Oh, uncle, take me here. Daddy, take me here. Mommy, take me here. You promote to the children. That's how you promote. That's how you promote it. So, but yeah, nonetheless, I mean, people can say he ducked or whatever. Who knows what Brian Norman Jr. going to do in the next 2 or 3 years? Who knows what Boots going to do in the next 2 or 3 years? But, you know, for the most part, you know, people looking at it as, oh, he should have went to Philly. He should have took what they, he young. He just got a title. Also coming off a hand injury. Boots is what, 27, 28, he 23. What's the rush? That's how they look. I'm not saying that's the way it should be. If you're a champion, you should stay ready. But I get it. If you're coming off a hand injury like that, I definitely understand. I definitely get it. If you're coming off a hand injury, I get it. You see the craziest thing on the freeway, bro. You got to, in my opinion, even though they don't have a sign, you have an oversized load in the fast lane. Michigan need to do a better job of regulating these trucks on the road. Because a lot of these lanes they're not supposed to be in. I know most of y'all Southerners, and if you live in Ohio, you know that. You know, they'll pull your ass over. If you in the wrong lane, you know, but so be it. So be it. But yeah, I would like to see the fight, but even fights that's financially doable, they don't do them. You know, we was sharing rest in peace to Mike McCullum, the body snatcher. We was talking about the Julian Jackson fight. This is how you know the internet be listening. And it popped up in my feed after we got off the live stream that day. 2 undefeated young fighters. That's what the sport is all about. That's what it's about. 2 undefeated fighters, champion or not champion, making the best fights. So that's a fight that should have happened, but I found it kind of funny. All of a sudden, Boots said, I can't make the weight no more. But you was just talking about sending this man a contract. So what if he would have signed the contract before the Jen Psaki fight, right? What if he would have signed the contract, right? He would have signed it. What you would have said? Oh, I can't make the weight, so we got to get. To me, it's just fishy, bro. He moving funny. Oh, versus T.O., I don't want to underperform. Do you know how much money it was about to pay him to fight T.O.? It had to be anywhere from $10 to $20 million, and I'm being nice saying 10. He walked away from that, bro. I don't want to underperform. To me, dog, they can say whatever they want to say in Philly. I don't think they believe in the kid. Words don't match the actions. I watch the actions. I don't give a fuck what a nigga got to say. I'm watching the action, and I don't believe they believe in him. He should have took T.O. out. And they're gonna give you 10 to 20 million, and you say, and maybe he's gonna fuck with Turkey. And if that's the case, hey, I feel all money ain't good money. I apologize. Maybe he ain't taking the devil's money. I don't know. And I'm saying, but you know, oh, he don't want to fight T.O. and maybe I'm calling the bluff for that amount of money. Shit. That's why I told y'all, man, for these niggas, it ain't about the money, dog. They don't want to lose. And I feel y'all. I mean, you lose, you be on World Star, but that's what comes with being a public figure. We all take L's. I take L's every day. I'm stressing every day. We all stressing. Everybody want to point the finger and laugh, and they point the finger laughing at you because you had a hiccup, but they living in their mom's basement with no ambition and no plan to get out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look the type of car you got, but they ain't got a car. They on public transportation. They driving them scooters in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really pay attention to people no attention, dog, because I know how a lot of these niggas is really living. You know? Your girl look like this. You ain't got one, bro. You tricking. You paying. You the scum of the earth. I did a video on Free Game 89, Tricking an old man's game. So I know how these people live, and I know how it is that, you know, you get knocked out and you a meme and all that. Yeah, it's high risk. High risk, but the vast majority of the world can't get in that ring. They can't even fist fight, bro. Most people ain't never been in a fist fight. Most people ain't never been in a fist fight. I'm telling you, most people have never been in a gentleman fist fight. Never. They never fought back. They never threw the first punch. They never retaliated. So I don't be paying no people no type of attention, dog. Most people on the internet, dog, I feel like they should have to verify everything. It'd be a different ball game. So yeah, man. Hopefully that meet down the line. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Hit the link tree. Follow me everywhere, man. Join the Free Game 89 gang. That link's in the description. The Patreon, Detroit channel, the whole nine. Peace.